We did it! 100,000 subscribers. I can scarcely wrap my head around that. Absolutely insane. I had a feeling one day we'd hit it. This soon into the channel's lifespan, though, no way. I have so many thoughts, so many feelings that I just want to express in this transparent video. I want to open up on a lot of stuff like why this channel exists and just what all this truly means to me, because it's not just a cool milestone. It's so much more than that. It marks a big turning point in my life, and I just can't thank you all enough. The love, kindness, generosity, support you've surrounded this channel with, and you've continued to uplift it day in, day out, even when we miss the mark on quality measures that I'd like to shore up the defenses on, visually, audio-wise. The backdrop kind of speaks for itself. Those types of things I want to improve, and we're working towards those, but you continue to share content and engage positively. And that type of stuff goes further than you can ever imagine. And I want to make sure other people can feel the joy you've spread to me, because I don't like to make these videos about me. Says the guy who runs a YouTube channel about his own gaming opinions. I know, but I really don't like to make everything about me. Narcissism doesn't really run in my veins necessarily, although you have to have some degree of it, I guess, to run a YouTube channel. But point being is, I want to take the love and kindness that you've spread to me and lifted this channel up with, and send it over to some other creators. You don't have to say, Retro Rebound sent me. You don't have to say any of that. Just go lift up these awesome creators that I personally watch week in, week out, that I think you would also enjoy. And then we'll talk a bit about what's going on here with the channel, what this means moving forward, because there's a lot. First channel I want to shout out, Orbalology. Her name is awesome because it has to do with trails, and you can tell by her background she's a trails fan. I think that type of stuff is rad. I love the personality in her setup, but really what I like is the educational aspect of her channel. So you remember during our 3DS video, if you watched it, I talked about between the barcodes here, there's this little number about the print copy. Something that I was previously unaware of that she actually made me aware of. It's, again, a highly educational channel. So if you're interested in the collecting side of games with education, check her out. You should also check out 32-Bit Musician. He's a jazz singer who also collects video games. I love the music in the background of his videos and the overall long-form nature of his content. It makes it really nice where, like, I was cooking dinner one night and I had his channel on. I just love the actual approach to his channel, the meeting of the worlds here, where it's like a jazz musician and video games. Very cool. And also only a couple hundred subscribers, so he could definitely use the boost. Go give him some love. On top of that, channel I've watched since 2014 when I was a big PS Vita head. Still am, but like when I was grinding that thing, looking for the next Vita game. Reviews to go. This channel, I don't know how it hasn't gone viral yet. He focuses on handhelds. As a big handheld gamer, I find a lot of use in his channel for Steam Deck, for Switch, all that stuff. So go give him some love. I use that channel still to this day. And of course, I got to shout out my good friend, Miss Bubbles. I've collaborated with her a couple of times. She focuses on cozy games, and I know a lot of people like the warm, cozy, inviting nature of Retro Rebound, and her channel is the epitome of that. I mean, she absolutely nails it. I know she's saving up to get some videos going again, but she does stream most weeks, and so you should definitely go ahead and give her a look if you're looking for that more warm, cozy vibe. But all these creators are chill, they're fun, they're good vibes, and I think if you like what we do here, you'll like them. They'll be linked down below. Go give them some love. Okay, so I now want to talk about Retro Rebound and this milestone because, again, I want to emphasize to you all that it's not just 100K, woo, flex, so much more than that. What I mean by that is, when I started this channel, it was just a creative venture strictly because I felt very stuck in what I was doing over on Mr. Matty Plays. For those who don't know, I do run 2 YouTube channels. Think of it this way, Mr. Matty Plays is my modern division. Retro Rebound, the name speaks for itself, is my nostalgic division. So over on Mr. Matty Plays, that more modern coverage is centered around Xbox and primarily Bethesda games. And that's always worked really well for me. But as the years went on, I wanted to diversify more and more. And I've gradually crawled out of that hole, and I can do different things often now, which is really nice. But I still felt very stuck. And I remember originally this channel was going to be called The Mat Pack, and it was going to be a card game channel about Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Super, and Pokemon, and just unpacking cards and grading cards and that type of stuff. But I went, man, I love video games. Like, no, I don't want to step away from that. I feel like there's so much untapped potential. But I didn't really believe in myself. Like, that's the underlying story here. But it was really when I approached Lockmort, who does all of the editing for the channel. Like, this channel would not exist without him. He is the lifeblood. Like, I've pulled up and been, hey, we need this video tomorrow. Is there any chance, because this surprise announcement happened, could we do it? He's like, yeah, send me the files. Send me the files. I'm like, are you sure I can do it? No, send me the files. Absolute rock star. And Jimmy Champagne is the other guy I approached when it came to this channel to help me with thumbnails, content direction, and all that stuff. And he really just opened my mind to the possibilities. So once they were both on board and really enthusiastic about it, from there, it was like, okay, let's get started. And I was staying in that comfortable pocket, talking about games like Morrowind, the Activision games, Xbox stuff like Halo. And my fiance noticed, and she goes, you're staying in that mold. You got to break free from it. And thank God she said it, because then I went, okay, let's throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And I remember trying, I think it was the Raimi Spider-Man games and Chrono Trigger. And it was during our holiday break. Originally, I was just going to let Retro Rebound go on hiatus, not worry about it. But I thought, no, let's keep up the schedule and let's just try some random stuff. And while we're away, see how it goes. And when we come back, see where we're at. And those videos popped off, and that was like the first spurt of growth for Retro Rebound. And then we did Final Fantasy IX, and we saw another spurt of growth. And it was this aha moment of, wait, these are, for me as a creative, videos I've tried to do over on Mr. Matty, these more nostalgic videos that have failed spectacularly, by the way, that are now seeing insane numbers here. And it's not all about numbers, but this is what I do to keep the lights on. And there is a degree of finding out what works and what doesn't. And to see things that I could only dream of working meant everything to me. Why is that? Well, it goes beyond getting stuck and more into the creative venture of things. Because for me personally, all I ever wanted to do in life was to make things that make people feel things. That's all I want to do. That's the legacy I want to leave behind one day, and just be remembered for that. Just remember me as a good guy who made things that improved your day. And you can do that on a day-to-day basis with videos, but also it's why I started working on a game. I finished Persona 5 Royal, and it moved me so incredibly much that I thought, I want to at least try. I want to at least try to make something that makes someone feel something. And I got this bad case of imposter syndrome afterwards, because I was like, oh my God, I make YouTube videos, man, about gaming news. There's no way anyone can feel anything about that. And people have said otherwise from time to time, but I wanted to get more creative, and I felt more determined than ever to really put myself out there, to really reach for the stars. It's why I'm always thankful to you watching this video. I don't say it with, oh, thanks everyone. Seriously though, without you, there is no me. I am not here if you are not engaging. And I am definitely not here if you're not engaging positively. I've already dealt with the toxicity of modern gaming. It has worn me down quite a bit, where I'm very much detached from the conversation there. I just do my job, check in, check out. And I kind of like the approach, because it lets me focus harder on just what matters, which is doing my job and not what people think about me doing my job. As someone who grew up as like a friendly person who never was at odds with really anybody, not that I grew up with like a silver spoon in my mouth or anything like that. I've already been through that story here. And I definitely wasn't like super catered to in school or whatever. But I was lucky just to get along with everybody. It wasn't like I was popular by any stretch, but I just got along with people. I was never in fights, in arguments. I didn't hear how people disliked me. So when you go online and even occasionally hear, that guy's cringe, that guy's whack, that guy sucks, I hate him, and more personal criticisms that I'm not going to give any attention to, it is at first extremely jarring. And there is a degree of me that struggles with that to this day, because I don't know if I like just can't command this certain level of respect. It's where my head immediately went, because I was, I've been surrounded by what I think are some of the greatest creators on this platform for so long. I ran a podcast for 5 years with Carrick of ACG, one of the most successful and respected independent reviewers in the game today. I co-host Defining Duke with Lord Cognito, one of the greatest professionals in our industry. And the network that it's a part of is owned by Colin Moriarty, who's one of the guys who inspired me to get on the camera, get on the microphone, and do what I do now. And so to be surrounded by that greatness and occasionally see people whittling away at you, taking jabs at you constantly. Like, no one can just go by without just throwing a little, got a little something on you there, Maddie. Got you. It can wear you down a bit. Where I started to not believe in myself. I definitely struggled with confidence issues. I've always been transparent about it because I think a lot of YouTubers are like, what's up, everybody? I'm all good. Life's perfect. It's like, no, I'm human, man. And I struggle from time to time for sure. I have my great weeks where nothing can touch me. And I have my weeks where I'm extremely vulnerable. And that's just the way I'm built. Most times I don't care what people have to say about me, but I say all of that because it goes back to you. The warm, receptive nature of this channel is unlike anything I've seen before. It wasn't just me, it was all of you coming together and doing what I was doing. Let's say Yokai Watch was a game I had a lot of nostalgia for, right? To sit down and say, here's my story on how I found this game, what it means to me, and why I like it to this day. And then go into the comments and see all of you doing the same thing. It warms my heart beyond any words I can express, because nostalgia is such a powerful emotion to experience, and it's certainly what we build this channel off of. But it brings us back to a comforting time usually, and that's what this channel is really about. So to see you all vibing with my stories that mean so much to me, and then to read your stories, just thank you for sharing them, because I think it does make this community special. It makes it positive. It makes it a good place to be, and that's hard to find on the internet. I say all of that because this channel has become a bright spot for me in tough times. For example, I just learned, I've been seeing a chiropractor for the past couple weeks because like I had a bad pinched nerve in my neck a couple weeks ago, and it hurt something fierce. So they got x-rays in my spine to make sure let's not adjust you the wrong way, which is absolutely the right thing to do. And we learned that there's a slight degeneration in the cervical area of my spine. Not the end of the world, can be corrected with posture, says the guy humped over right now. Those types of things, while small and while something you can fix, require grit and determination to push through, because it's like, okay, now it's like putting on a pair of braces. Like now I gotta work on my posture, do certain neck exercises most days of my life for about 2 years, and eventually I'll be better off for it. But it's that, again, grit and determination to push through. And when it's not just that, and you got these other little things mounting up on top of it. Again, none of these world-ending things, none of these like debilitating, destructive, or even deadly things. I consider myself blessed, but if you go through that over the course of, like, for me, it's been 2 years, it becomes a lot. And so you need those bright spots, and nothing truly brings me greater joy than either A, being with my fiance, B, being with my family and friends, or C, making videos for this channel. I kid you not. After I found out about my spine, you'll see it in an upcoming video. We're going to talk about the original Spider-Man movie game. And I came home that night and I was really upset because I was thinking, man, here we go again. Maddie's got another problem. I'd never had issues growing up, but like all of a sudden, here we go. Like Matt's got a problem, approaching the age of 30. Oh, what's next for me? It's very easy to get in that mindset. But I sat down, I played Spider-Man. I started fishing out my old toys for the Spider-Man movie game that I grew up with, the action figures and stuff, and the demo disc and all this stuff that connected me back to Earth, if you will, as my head was spiraling out. And then I came in the next day to this office and I sat down and I recorded the video and just got really excited about the game and got into the real depth and history of the Spider-Man movie game. Be able to sit down and have, you know, a video that I can make that's almost therapeutic to me in a tough time. If I could give all of you a hug, I'm a hugger, by the way, I would, because you being there, I know I'm speaking to thousands of you, but just, man, the man of many words is running out of words, huh? But just, it is a special, special feeling that I will never take for granted. Let's just briefly talk about the future. I wanted to stay light on this because I don't want to just make promises and be like, hey, we're going to do this, this, and that. And you can't see it. You just have to hope one day I do it. We want to make this, I mean myself, Lockmore, Jimmy, we want to make this banging channel. Sometimes like the overhead camera, a little blurry on the complete box experience. Sometimes the lighting here, depending on what camera I use, I think it's this combination here, can be a little harsh. And as a pasty person, not the greatest combination there. The Mass Effect background down here on the table could use some updating. Of course, the backdrop, again, speaks for itself. A lot of stuff here that can be done better in my eyes, but without jeopardizing the warm, inviting, positive nature of the channel. We don't want to overproduce. We don't want to overscript. I like that we kind of sit down, flip on the camera. I got some bullet points and we roll through it, but there are ways to make this better without changing all of that. And that's where we're heading, is what I'll tell you. What that will be and what will be attached to that, I want to leave as a true surprise, because I have a vision for Retro Rebound that I think we'll be able to accomplish within the next year, no doubt about it. So it really is a matter of when, not if, which is a good position to be in. Again, thanks to your support. Again, just wanted to take a moment here, more than a moment, a good chunk of your day. So I do appreciate those of you who sat through this whole video. Again, it means everything to me. It really does. This channel rules, and I hope you agree. And again, just thank you for believing in me. It is awesome to just feel the love, is what I'll say. Thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming in the coming week now. Next video, as I already said, it's going to be a Spider-Man video, so we'll see you then. And what do we have planned next? It's April soon. Oh, man. That's going to be fun. Mario movie and all that stuff. Oh, man. There's going to be so much cool stuff we can do. Anyway, thank you all for bearing with me in this long, rambly video. Again, go check out those YouTubers I mentioned. Link down below. They're fantastic. And with that, I will catch all of you in the next Retro Rebound. Peace out.